Hi, everyone, and welcome to the first official VAPI or Voice Actors at Home PH podcast. Today's a very special day. We'll be interviewing none other than Dave Soltura. So I'll give you a brief bio about him for those that are watching that don't really know his background yet. By the way, I'm Joelle. I'm your host for today. And I'm also really excited to be interviewing Dave as a newbie voice actor myself because every time I talk to Dave, there's always something, that you get to learn and use in your career. So anyway, before I also get into Dave's background, I'd like you guys to check out and join Coach Irene Bondok's group coaching session on this Saturday, 9 to 11 a.m. So if you guys are interested, please check out the URL right here. You'll find all the other details there. All right. So before we bring Dave in, I'd like to introduce him. So, other than being a coach here in VAPH, he's had over a decade of experience as a voice actor working with blue chip clientele such as Tic Tac, Nescafe, Mountain Dew, Jollibee, Grab, and Dunkin' Donuts, just to name a few. Also worked with the top production houses and studios such as Lunar Animation in London, Big Mouth Voices in Australia, Vobble in India, and of course, here in the Philippines, TV5, ABS-CBN, SDI, Hit, Loudbox, Sound Design, Digitrax, etc. And also, over the years, he was able to figure out what his real niche is. So his VO niche and his bread and butter really comes from doing children's media. So being the voice of Tom, Hank, Ben, and Roy in the Talking Tom short series, starting from season 2, episode 3 to right now, and amongst other kid-centric or cartoon or animation projects that he's taken on. So he's also a lover of technology from how he manages the VAPH group, also to reviewing apps, software, gadgets, and equipment. And you'll be able to see all this in his YouTube channel. So please check that out and subscribe. Also, he's helped create effective VO demo reels as well under Demo Demo Reel Forge. Demo Reel Forge. So reach out to him once you're ready to have your pro demo reel done. So I could go on and on about this the whole day, but signing time to focus on the real meat of this podcast, which is, of course, to pick Dave's brain about how to become a voice actor. So without further ado, let's all welcome Dave Soltura.
Hey guys. Oh my goodness, Joelle.
Yay!
That was quite the intro. I didn't write that, guys. That was something. Yeah. Thank
I
you for that.
researched everything about you from LinkedIn to your website and all that. So I hope I got at least, a good part of it. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot more to say.
I'd
But
say
actually
that
I'll
was a
leave that up
pretty
to
good
you.
part. Yeah, yeah, that was a pretty good part. I'd say most of it already. Well, thank you for having me.
Cool. Thanks for being here and for finding time to do this. But anyway, let's jump into it. First thing we really want to hear about is your origin story. Like, tell us about how you got started in
Oh
this whole
man.
VO industry.
Well, I love the term origin story because that's very Avengers like, and
Yes, it is.
we make us feel a bit more
Origin
larger than
story.
life. Origin story. Well, actually, I was a lanky little boy, and then I got naturok this vaccine and superpowers. Okay, never mind. Just okay, okay.
Super VO
So
powers.
super VO powers. How I wish. Now, I keep saying this. It was a cool December night. Yeah, and a long time
Love
ago,
it.
me and my kuya, we were like watching a lot of cartoons, mga Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, things like that, and even yung mga Doraemon and all sorts of things available sa cable TV and local television. One night nawala ng kuryente, boom, it was black. And when what you see disappears, suddenly you see everything. Your imagination
Everything.
becomes most vivid. So parang dun lumabas yung parang inner child. Well, I was 6. But this was a thing na
Oh,
parang When that happened, me and my brother started talking in voices. Minsan magpapanggap ako si Pikachu, siya si Ash Ketchum or something like that. And, we would pretend to be the characters that we were. And at first, it started na parang ghost stories because it was night. It was, there was a blackout. So parang, we were watching this show called Our Real Monsters at that time. So,
Oh, I
sakto.
missed
Yeah.
that.
Our
Yes.
Real Monsters and, what do you call it? Was it Extreme Ghostbusters or something? So like yeah,
Who are you gonna
all
call?
who are you gonna call, right? Yeah, so that was our theme at the start. So like in the dark, we would talk in the characters. I can't even remember all of those characters, but I do remember how I felt and how fun the whole process was. And before I knew it, we were parang creating parallel universes na in our brain. Like it was
So fun.
this whole world na nagko-crossover yung mga palabas na pinapanood namin. Soon you'd have like Pokemon characters fighting Digimon characters, fighting Steve Irwin, rest in peace. As the things like that, super super mixed bag of things. Now wherever our imagination went, it was just so fun. So shout out to you, bro. I hope you're listening to this. Yeah, and
That's
so
so nice
so
to have a connection with your brother that way, and
oh,
how he's, like, helped push you into this amazing career.
absolutely, absolutely. I credit him to like 80%, if not 90% of like my American accent. Parang I picked it up from him. He was the guy who parang grew up with Sky Cable and parang he just absorbed everything sitting down in front of the TV. And me parang it's like second hand na because I had him as my parang practice partner and we would just talk. Tapos yun nga, medyo English speaking siya, ganun. And I kind of picked that up from him. And, we would just communicate that way. Sa school, magtatagalog, Filipino. Pag uwi, kasama si kuya, English. Ganon. So, yeah,
Wow.
that was the background for that.
Is he also a voice actor?
Well, he did a few projects. He joined me for this project called Armor Hero back in 2013. So Armor Hero is like this super Sentai genre. Let me just lower my gain. It's kind of like Dragon Man form. Oh wait. Activate. Yeah, something like that. I forgot my line. Yeah. Yeah. Dragon Man form. Activate. There's like this parang Ben 10 watch kind of thing.
Love it.
Yeah, mga Kamen Rider, mga my brother actually watched this show Zaido on GMA. Yeah, it's like
Don't know
mm,
what that is.
yeah, it's just the guys Mask Rider type shows.
Mm,
Yeah. So that kind of thing. So he joined me for that. He was also one of the writers for that, and it was super fun. And actually, it was back in 2012 that he got into this thing. He dipped his feet into this industry first. He got into this contest, joined it, and yeah, I was there in an anime convention watching him on stage, and that was like watching
whoa.
dun sa among the audience, and I'm like, that's my kuya, yeah, like so proud of him, like he can speak 10 accents, things like that, and yeah, so he was there on stage, and I was like, I'm excited to see my brother perform, so and to my memory is like imagine mo like everyone's like gray tas may parang spotlight sa aming dalawa and so, like just kind of a
Aw,
connection thing
how
going on.
cute. Aw.
just how I envision it personally. And like as he performed there, whatever came of that, it's just it really stuck sa akin na parang I want to be that. I want to be like that. Just do this. It feels very liberating to like live out the characters that you see on TV and maybe make your own. Diba? So yeah, so that was fun. And after that, oh yeah, we're seeing Jeremy says Kamen Rider is fire. Yeah. So, yeah, it was so amazing just falling in love with the industry first, and I would actually say that's one of the most important things is to fall in love with the craft, and then everything will follow. You develop that passion, everything suddenly follows. And I also credit my ate Ding, my eldest sister as well. Now she invited me to this audition for Hero TV Dubbing Academy season 3. And basically it said there na parang um, they were doing this nationwide casting call, and they needed a
Mhm.
30-second clip that required you to explain why you should be chosen for it. So that Dubbing
Ooh.
Academy was kind of like a uh, by the way, this is Dubbing Academy by Hero TV, just to be very clear. So Dubbing Academy by Hero TV, it was like a reality show para not quite that scale, pero para siyang PBB for voiceovers at that time na very
Cool.
short snippets lang, very, very short snippets lang. So there were 8 of us chosen. So I just, I took out whatever camera I had back then. It was like a secondhand camera sent by my sister from the States naman. Ate Kai, you're listening. I hope you're listening. She sent me like one of my first cameras, my first digicam. Used that to record for that audition, and then bam, thankfully, I was one of the 8 participants chosen. Um, yeah, it was fun. It was so fun. I got to meet a lot of like pillars in the industry, counting sina Jeff Otanes and Danny Mandia. They've been doing this for quite some time. Um,
Right.
really got exposed to the core dubbing industry itself. So dubbing pa is a subcategory of the voiceover umbrella. So that's just one
Yes.
sector, diba? So I got exposed to that, and now would I say that that catapulted my career like tuloy-tuloy? I wouldn't say so. I was a 19-year-old broke college student on an allowance and things like that. So
Mhm.
parang and at that time there was a conflict with my ACADS. I had to show up to theater. And if you're doing theater class, you have to show up late nights, like 7 to 10 p.m. You're working on your props, you're rehearsing your lines. Very madugo ang teatro. Yeah.
Mhm.
So mad respect to all of our theater actors and stage actors, by the way. Super tough stuff. I mean, voiceover is also ano, but I enjoy being behind the script personally. Yeah, you don't need to memorize. Yeah, and from there, what happened? I got in. It didn't catapult my career, but it did plant a passion for the craft. I got to see what it was like. It set my expectations.
Mhm.
I developed my core skills for my vocal control, sa acting, etc. But I would say it was maybe a chunk. Uh, how do I say this? It was a chunk of collective learning. So I actually took theater as my major sa communication arts because I wanted to be a voice actor. Yeah. For most people,
Wow.
it's the other way around. They start with an acting background. They get parang, hey, wait, diba actor ka? You want to do VO? Well, okay, I'll try that VO thing. For me, it was the other way around. It's like, oh, I want to be a voice actor, and I noticed that everyone here has some kind of a theater background. Let's do it. So that led to that.
I was just about to ask also, like, how important is it to have that kind of theater background? And do you need it really to be an effective voice actor?
Okay, so I wouldn't say it's needed necessarily. I do mention this in my YouTube channel as well that having an acting background is really helpful because voice acting is acting at its core. Voice acting is acting.
Mhm.
It's not just about doing fancy voices. You learn about things, basic things like mind, body, voice. And some people would add heart, diba? So when you
Yes.
combine all of these things, suddenly your background is more holistic. When you're in the booth, it's so much easier to gesticulate. It's more natural to act from head to toe. Every
Mhm.
fiber of your being is acting. Yeah. So there's that. But I also know of voice actors who don't have an acting background. Like I have this a friend from way back, Alejandro Sab. Shout out to wherever he is right now. I had a lot of voiceover colleagues and friends from like 2013, and they had no formal acting training, but they were passionate about getting into the industry. They were exposed to anime, video games, pop culture, things like that. And, it just kind of fine tuned their imagination. Now, even though they had not set foot into a studio yet, may mga
Mhm.
skills nang nade-develop in the mind. In the mind. So that's where a lot of the acting work takes place. And then you draw it out from the mind. Just really quickly, there's this parang case study of like I was yeah, there's a story where there's like two control groups ng basketball. Like one team, they're actually shooting hoops all month, and the other
Mhm.
team like they're imagining shooting hoops all month, imagining lang. And then parang at the end of that experiment, boom, they get the same 30% improvement in accuracy. Yeah, I'll have to look for the actual citation for that, but my goodness,
Yes,
if
please
that
share
isn't
that.
that's a super solid illustration of what the imagination can do. So, yeah, long story short, I wouldn't say you necessarily need it because a lot of people have gotten away with doing it. I believe Vanilla Velasquez as well right now doesn't have a formal acting background, but it really helps. It really, really does help.
Okay, great. Well, before I jump into my next question, I just want to mention that I forgot to mention earlier, um, that we will have a sort of game, something
Yes.
new that we're gonna do today. So at the end of the podcast, at the end of the interview with Dave, we want to throw out this game. Whoever wins it will actually get to join us today in the podcast and do like a free 20-minute script read with Dave. And he'll give
Yes.
you his expert feedback on your read. So hope you guys stick around till then and we'll tell you when that's going to happen and the instructions. But till then, let's continue. So going
Absolutely.
back to what you were saying, Dave, um, I guess maybe to sum up, because I know that there's so many steps that you can take to really start your VO career. But for you, like, what are the maybe top 5 tips that you can give to aspiring voice actors and how they can hit the ground running, or things they have
Right.
to prepare, or things they should expect while getting
Yes.
into this type of industry?
Top 5. Oh, man, I wasn't prepared for this. On the spot, huh?
Surprise!
Yeah, surprise! Okay, well, we're running a podcast now, so okay, well, really, the first and foremost, I believe most important tip of all is to fall in love with the craft. Because a lot of people like, I've heard tips like start with a skill and then invest in the equipment, and yeah, that sequence completely makes sense. It does, but that follows the assumption that you already are in love with the craft, or at least you have some reason driving you to continue pursuing voiceover. um Forgot who as well, but there was a voice actor na parang his litmus test to get people to see if the voiceover is for them
Mhm.
is go inside like your room, turn off the lights, and have a little flashlight, grab a script, and read from that book or script for an entire week and see if you enjoy doing that. Diba?
That
So
is a
para
great test.
that is a great test if you're willing to do that, which by the way is a very, very vivid day-to-day illustration of what it might actually be like. Many days, like
Right.
for my first 8 years, it was like that. Especially if you're starting out and your studio is still, or if any booth that you have doesn't have ventilation, you will want to turn
Oh
off the
god.
lights because the lights are
Yes.
hot. Diba? Do you turn
Yep.
off your lights, Joel?
No, I kind of like working with light. It helps me liven up the moment.
Definitely,
I
definitely.
get
Yeah.
I get
So
sleepy when it's dark, so
exactly, same here. So you have to choose between being falling asleep and enduring the heat.
yes,
So
yes,
yeah, yeah.
and
So
you
for
do have
me,
to endure the heat. It's like
exactly,
a
you do have.
sauna, that's why
It
we have nice
is.
skin.
It is. It is. So yeah, the first would be to fall in love with the craft because everything else will follow once you do fall in love with it. Oh
Right,
man. The second, then I would invest in the skills and the coaching. And the coaching, excuse me. And the reason is uh, when you get into voiceover the first time around, you would be so tempted to do a lot of research on YouTube DIY, which is absolutely fine because personally I started out that way. Pero nowadays, especially here in the Philippines, there are more and more resources popping out. Entities like Vocal Alliance and VAPH providing quality coaching and workshops and classes na
mhm,
versus having to figure things out on your own. Trial and error is good. It is good. If it is the only option you have given your budget, that is fine and respectable. Siguro for people who have less of a budget or for those who are still students, don't have the option to do coaching, that's one way to go. But if it were up to me personally, I think that taking coaching is still a smarter option, especially now that here at VAPH we offer it at currently as of this broadcast 500 pesos per group coaching session. Do the math.
right,
You can do like for 50K 100 sessions. My goodness. 100 sessions, yeah.
exactly.
And 'di ba, if you think about it, how much do we spend on college or on our traditional education? And these are skills that you directly get ROI from. You
Right.
invest like what is 50K? What is 100 sessions? It takes one project, one maybe average commercial to pay that back, or maybe a
Mhm.
medium-sized project. See, Joelle is nodding, 'di ba?
The
You can
medium
confirm.
size,
'Di ba? It's real. It's
maybe
real.
3 small ones.
Maybe three
Yeah,
small projects. Three
yeah.
small projects. Your education for 100 classes is paid for na. My
Yes,
goodness. So this was not available way back, and back then our only option was acting classes. Then you would kind of combine that with the knowledge on the internet about voice acting. Parang try to figure things out on your own. So coaches, they help you go from point A to Z instead of you
mhm.
parang going in a zigzag, like where do I go? Diba?
Yeah. Where
Yeah.
do I start?
Where do
What
I
do
start?
where does
Um
my money go?
and dahil naubusan ako ng bala para sa sasabihin ko, I'm looking at the comments now for tip number 3.
Yes,
Someone's asking cheapest and most effective booth, putting a thick blanket over yourself. I can confirm that, Charlie. I super
same.
confirm and affirm that. Yun nga, I mentioned this in the last podcast, but I've recorded commercials and have closed a 7-digit project using a blanket audition. Like blanket audition plus USB mic. Because you would be surprised. It has a massive impact on your audio. You wouldn't think so. Yung sound kasi, when you're in an empty room, it's like a ripple, a rippling water. Now, if you have a blanket, it covers your surface area. The sound has to pass through the blanket once, bounces off the wall, goes back to the mic, it passes through the blanket a second time. So it's actually more effective than it seems, even if it's thin. Of course, the thicker, the better. it
Right.
it really does get rid of reverb. So yeah, blanket fort totally suggest that as well. Um, so that's a third one. You know what?
We
Sige.
can all just leave it at 3 if you think those are, like, their top tips.
Okay, no. This is one. Have a budget. Have a budget and
Mhm.
allocate it. Make sure to allocate it. Parang I would do it this way, like roughly 70 or 80 for education, and then the last 20 or 30 for equipment. And when you
Right,
do that, you get the skill set, and wherever you go, you are a voice actor. You don't let the microphone do a voice actor's job, diba? So
yes.
no matter what studio you're in, because that's the thing, a lot of voice actors that I know as well don't even have home studio setups.
Yep,
They're skilled voice actors and they hop from studio to studio. So if you had to pick between something that's optional and something that's required, it's the acting chops talaga. Yeah. So that's the fourth one. I will think of the fifth one later.
okay. But going back to like, strengthening your acting chops. So you
Yes.
s so in your case, it's, like, really the foundation of being a voice actor is really acting skills. So
Absolutely. Mm.
so you're suggesting that we really strengthen that part first before we even start a demo, before starting work and all that?
Well, I want to balance that. I want to temper that. There's been this notion. So this is going to be tip number 5. Okay. So
Okay.
there's been this notion that ever since on the internet, na parang always get a professional demo producer to do your demo, which is very valid if you have the budget.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yes.
because when I
And
did
how much
that,
does that go for?
medyo mga 120K lang naman, yeah,
Holy
yeah,
smokes!
so I did that, and when I experienced it myself, I was like, "You know what?" Yeah, and listening to it, especially when you hire, people who are based in LA na producing demos there, they're busy. They're very busy, and, sometimes the experience can end up being a bit cookie cutter, but of course, the production quality is there. The production quality is definitely there. Of course, if you spend the time to really research, multimedia, learn how to mix, yeah, it sounds intimidating at first, but um, times have changed. There are so many tutorials online. There are just so many. Personally, I've been producing demos for quite some time as well. No one taught me how to make demos. It's just
Mhm.
parang all the industry knowledge added up. When you here's the thing. When you hear something, you tend to be able to reverse engineer it and break it up into pieces. And then you can figure out how to build it up from the ground up
Mhm.
backwards. No. So yeah, but if you do have the budget and yeah, go ahead, please hire a demo producer first. And again, um good demo producers will stop you from producing your demo if you are not yet prepared,
Right.
because you can't a good mix will not fix bad acting. Yeah. So but you do need a place to start. So
Mhm.
what I would do and what exactly I did back then was I recorded DIY demos until I reached my limit of what I could accomplish on my own. Sabi ko, okay, so this is what I'm able to do as a self-directed voice actor with my own DIY mixing, quote unquote. I can't do this anymore. I'll hire a professional producer. That's when I started doing that. It also helps, even if you're already a pro, when you do hire a pro demo producer, they would also be a great coach for the session because they will hear things that you cannot when you are self-directing.
Right.
Yan.
Yep. So, how many demo reels do you have to create? Because it seems like you tired yourself out before creating your own DIY demos.
Yes.
How many were there before you decided, okay, I need help?
How many were there? I think I did 4 before I reached that point where I said, I'd hire someone. And then when I did that, I did eventually go back to producing my own demos. Yeah. Because to be honest, even though I hired someone of that caliber to do one of my demos, I have not gotten the ROI. Yeah, because some people expect
Mm,
na parang when I get my demo, okay na ako, the projects will start flooding in. It doesn't work that way. People actually need to hear your demo. You need ears on your demo.
yep.
So there is still some marketing involved. So it should be when you're getting a demo done, you should have a purpose for that demo. It should be catered to a specific audience or market.
So it
So
can't just be a mishmash of different types of VO. Like you have corporate, and then you have commercial, and then you have your character all in one demo.
yeah, I that was a good idea to me at first because I thought, okay, if I'm more generalist, people will see that I'm very versatile. Excuse me. But what ends
Show
up
a super
happening,
range.
yeah, so like have a big range, yeah. But what actually ends up happening is you don't showcase enough of what you can do for each.
Mhm.
So it's just too spread out, and it doesn't sound specialized enough. I mean, if you're gonna, if you're gonna have your heart checked, would you want a general practitioner check your heart, or would you get a cardiologist? So iba pa
Right.
rin to get a specialist to do the
Mhm.
So same thing with children's media. Super amazing thing. This is how did I find my niche? Well, I didn't find it. My niche found me, so to speak. So I just kept offering character animation voiceovers in general. And then I kept noticing this trend. Bakit parang puro pang kids show yung casting ko? Well, for one, people have commented that I can sound young. So,
So
um,
cool.
so that's among the things. When I discovered that, I look back. I how many of these? Okay, how many of all my projects? How many of these projects are character projects? Of the character projects, how many of them are children's media? And I check, oh, mga 70%, 50%. I children's media. So from there, I reverse engineered it. You know what? I'm gonna tell people that it's my thing.
Mhm.
And surprise, surprise, like after a month from changing my niche publicly, a lot more children's media groups contacted me. So which led to bigger projects. Which is also when you do that, you actually don't limit yourself because sometimes you would assume that a cardiologist can also take out your teeth if they have to, or
Mhm.
deliver a baby if they have to. So they actually see you as like an evolved generalist. So it's not
Right.
gonna limit your opportunities as well. And this is like parang you know din sa sarili mo na kaya mo pang mag-play ng video game roles internally. But externally, just to make it convenient for people to know your current skill set and the exact people na sineserve mo, yeah, it's a convenient label, in short.
Yep, it's a go-to.
Yes. It is a go-to.
Awesome.
Yes.
Sorry to cut you off. I just noticed that the comments section of the podcast was limited. If I'm
Oh,
not
how
mistaken.
come?
Not sure.
Ah,
Like, how
that
come
is
no
so
one's
sad.
commenting anymore?
Oh, like, yeah, there are
Do you
50
not love us?
comments. Yeah, it reached 50 and
Yeah,
then it stopped. Oh, Dave Soltura Limited who can comment. What? I
but
didn't do
that's
that.
you.
But that's me. I didn't do that. Well, that's okay, guys. We love you and we know that you are listening.
Yeah.
Okay.
How are we gonna play the game later, though?
Okay. Maybe we can reply. We can hmm.
How do we do this?
How do we do this? Maybe we stop the stream and form a new one. No, that wouldn't work out. Uh, huh. Okay, guys. First one to post in the VAPH group. Yeah, not
Ooh,
as part of the actual stream. Then we can have them do it.
yes. I
Yes.
think we could do that instead.
Yes,
Okay.
we can do that instead. Okay.
So are we gonna launch that already? Are we doing the game now?
If you'd like, yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. So I guess we're gonna jump into that. I still have so many questions, Dave, but okay.
Fair thing. We'll save that for some other time.
Okay, fine. But okay.
Yes.
I think before we jump into the game, can I just ask one last question just to close the interview?
Sure thing.
Okay, so what is the most important advice that you can give to aspiring voice actors?
Most important advice. I thought I already did give that. Okay.
Like maybe just to sum it up
Okay.
in like
Okay. So, okay, I'll tie the
the
loose
comments are
ends.
back on though.
Okay. I'll tie it to. Oh, they're
Cool.
back on. Cool, cool. Okay,
According to
well,
Louise. Thanks,
uh,
Louise.
I can see that. Awesome. Okay.
Okay.
So if there's one most important piece of advice. So the first is if falling in love with the craft gets you into the industry. It may also be your reason. What But yeah, so falling in love with the craft gets you into the industry, but you would need a separate reason to keep you going. The
Mhm.
falling in love with the craft itself could be it. It could be the passion that keeps you going. But, if there's something else, it could be, family, it could be friends, it could be someone you love, a cause that you are fighting for. Those are the things that really sustain your drive and commitment to pursue voiceover. Because, like, to be honest, there are some days that I'm like starry eyed, like, man, I can't believe I wake up and record voiceovers. But there are also days where I'm like, I just want to sleep today, so
I totally understand.
it does happen, like, does it have to be today? Was the deadline really today? But, you remember that, nga pala, I have my wife and I was gonna say kids, but I have my wife.
Oh my gosh.
No,
What
no,
are you
no, no, no.
saying,
I'm
Dave?
not I'm not saying anything. I have my Yeah, I'm just kinda assuming that in my head, yeah, so, I have my reasons for waking up. Was that a Nescafe thing? Bakit ka gumigising sa umaga or bumabangon?
Bumabangon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so getting up is different from waking up.
Yes.
Yeah, so, like,
That's another
yeah,
challenge.
to sum it up, know your why. Know your why, and that will sustain you throughout your voiceover career.
That's beautiful. It's like always have an anchor. It'll
Yes,
keep you
that is your
steady and bring
anchor.
you back. Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you so
There we
much, Dave.
go.
I still have so many questions, but fine, we will say that for another podcast.
Okay.
But I guess now it's time to get into the winner's script reading portion of
Woohoo!
our podcast. So,
Yes.
like I mentioned, this is something new that we're trying out. So I hope everyone that's watching right now are able and willing to join this fun game.
Woohoo!
So, okay, listen up. This is I'm gonna share the mechanics of the game now. So, by the way, whoever wins this game gets to join us right now on this podcast and do a free script reading with Dave. Okay,
Yes.
so
And just a heads
everyone
up
ready?
that if
Yes,
you do get on the podcast, there's a good chance that it will be seen on YouTube as well. So, by
yes.
being on the show, you understand that you also give us permission to have you on our YouTube channel.
You give
All
us
right.
consent.
You give us consent by being on the show.
Yes. All right. So this is how the game goes. The first person. Wala pa eh. The first person to comment the special word that I'm about to mention, as soon as I mention it, is the winner. So really simple mechanics. So go to your comments. When I mention the special word, just type it in, and the first to comment wins. Are we good?
We're
Are
good.
you ready? Okay.
Okay.
The special word is the special word is passion. And go.
Passion fruit? Purpose?
Just passion.
Filipino?
And
Uh,
oh,
paper?
yay, we have a winner
Oh, we have a
already.
winner.
Yay.
Yes,
Where are my reacts?
Charlie is the winner.
Can't get to
Wow.
my reacts. But yay, Charlie Alemania is the winner. Congratulations. Just give
Congratulations,
me a sec.
Charlie.
I will send you a link to join us on the podcast.
Whew.
Oh no. Can you still see and hear me? Because my screen just blacked out.
Your screen blacked out. I can hear you. I can see
Okay.
you.
Dave, do you mind helping me? Because I can't
Sure
see anything on
thing.
my screen right now.
Okay, absolutely. So I will send the guest link myself. I'm so glad I'm actually a co-host from a
Yes.
technical standpoint. So, oh,
Thank you for the
people,
support.
even though some people were delayed with the comments, they kept going. Thank you for the participation.
Thanks, guys. How
Yeah.
supportive.
Guys, if you keep watching our videos on our channel, who knows? We might be able to do like mic giveaways once the channel is monetized. I mean, who knows, right? Who knows?
Can I join?
Okay. Yeah. Daya. You have a very nice Rode Pod mic. Okay, let's see. Charlie posted the comment. We are scrolling down.
Scroll
Um,
through. My
scrolling.
screen is still black. So I might have to pop
Okay.
out for a bit and pop back in.
Sure thing. All
Yeah.
right, Joelle, no worries. So
Bye-bye.
I toodles. Okay.
Toodles.
Toodles. Tee. Okay. Um and now I am so alone. Charlie, please message me because natabunan yung comment mo. I'm clicking the 83 comments thing and I'm only seeing 4. So paano kaya to? Just message me. I will look at my message requests. I am standing by with my message requests. Yan, okay. There we go. Ha 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 ha. Alrighty. Sige. Sup, Jarek? Sup? Yes, Joko, this is an SM7B. Do you also use an SM7B? Okay, there. Charlie has messaged me. Hello, Charlie. Well, here is your special guest link. Please don't share it with anyone else. Alrighty. Ah, this is so exciting. Yeah. If you're nervous, don't worry. We're just as nervous as you are. Uh, oh, when Joelle left, my face became bigger. So how do we shrink that? There. Oh, my label is Joel Villafranca. How do I change that? There, there she is. We're both Joel Villafranca. Okay.
Oh my gosh, why?
Okay, Charlie, we can see you in the stream backstage already. Let us know when you are ready and we will add you to the stream. Yeah. Showing your face is optional. So
Hi,
maybe just
Charlie.
hello, Charlie. Okay. So send me a message if you are good to go. And I'm so excited. M Gucci. Yes, that is a very expensive brand. Hello, Charlie. Welcome, Charlie.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Hi, how are
Hi.
Hi,
you?
Thank you.
Charlie.
Yes. How are you?
I'm nervous because I rarely read in front of people. Yeah.
I
Sexy
understand.
voice.
Who I understand. Same here.
Oh
I only
Lord,
read
I
behind the
seem to
mic.
not be able to
S-
hear you at the moment.
s-
Hang on.
All all right. So, do you want English or Tagalog?
I could probably do better at English. Not gonna lie.
Okay, sige, let's do English. Uh, 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 Character, commercial, or narration. Those are genres of voiceover. Sige.
I think I could do character for now.
Character for now. Okay, well, huh. Okay, so r- let's try something interesting. Um, I'm gonna use ChatGPT this time around to come up with a script, just for the sake of this thing. Write a script about an android. No, yeah, a cyborg named Charlie who
I'm
needs.
sorry. What was that?
And I'm writing a prompt for an AI script generator right
Mm-hmm.
now. Okay, I'm typing it right now. Write a script about a
See,
cyborg.
Dave and technology.
Oh yeah, Chat GPT is
Cyborg
nice.
who needs to self-destruct to destroy the core of uh, uh, an ancient super weapon.
Ooh.
This is just a
Whoa.
a random
Just off
prompt
the top of your mind.
off the top of my mind. Yes, that is how we do things. I told you, my brother and I started out that way. So, by the way, improv is another great genre or skill that you can study. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
I have not seen the script myself, but you will see it, and this is gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, are you ready, Charlie?
Sure.
Okay. Uh, uh share my screen. Understand. Let's proceed. I'm gonna share a window right there. There we go. Let's show it on the
All right,
screen.
all right, all right.
Oh, oh
Okay,
Lord.
okay, it's a mouthful. It's a lot. Okay, but you can just start with the Charlie lines.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. We see a barren landscape. Buildings in the background. Suddenly, a figure in the distance moving closer. Okay, I'm a cyborg apparently. Huge structure, towering, ancient super weapon. He knows the only way to destroy it is by self-destructing, but he hesitates. Oh my, this is nice. I. It's
Okay.
time to
Whenever
do what I was built for. Oh Lord, it's a bit confusing.
whenever you're ready.
Yep.
Okay. It's time to do what I was built for. I was this I was designed to destroy weapons like you, and I will not fail. Oh Lord, most of it are narrations. Okay, sorry.
Okay. No,
Maybe
that's
you can
okay.
do a
That's
cold read
okay.
I'm
first.
kind
Yeah,
of
it's a cold
nervous.
read.
Sorry.
It's
I
all right. It's all right. No
apologize.
pressure. We're not like assessing your reads right now. Just go through it. Just
Yep.
go through it. It's a cold
Okay.
read. Yeah.
It's time to do what I was built for. Charlie takes a deep breath and walks towards the weapon's core. The closer he gets, the more his internal systems begin to overheat. But he pushes on, determined to complete his mission. Suddenly, a voice booms out from the weapon. You cannot destroy me, cyborg. I am too powerful. Charlie knows he must act fast. He begins to input codes into his system, preparing for the self-destruct sequence. I was designed to destroy weapons like you, and I will not fail. The weapon begins to shake and hum as if it knows what's coming. You are a machine. You cannot make decisions for yourself. Charlie ignores the taunting voice and continues the sequence. The weapon's core starts to pulse, a sign that it's about to self destruct. It's now or never. Charlie takes a deep breath and initiates the final sequence. His circuits begin to overload, but he keeps going. The weapon's core explodes in a blinding flash of light, and Charlie is caught in the blast. Fade out.
Very well done. How did that feel?
Nice.
I'm honestly just, my hands are still shaking. Sorry about that.
No, that's good. Shaking is a sign of intensity sometimes. So that's great. Yeah. You have very clear diction and enunciation. Very good.
Thank you.
That gives you a strong base for voiceover already. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, well, let's do this again. And you be Charlie, and I will be the voice.
Okay.
This is going to be fun. Okay, so you can start with it's time to do what I was built for.
My heart was beating fast. Okay.
Okay,
Breathe.
all right.
Ikaza.
Whenever you're ready.
Oh, I thought you were starting first because I was like, okay. It's time to do what I was built for.
Okay, I'll pick up the narration, and I'll do the voice,
Okay,
and you
okay.
do the Charlie lines. Okay.
Oh,
Sorry,
right,
it was-
the voice. Oh my god, I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. No, it's all good. Yeah, I don't know the mechanics as well. We're just doing this. It's the first time we're doing this, so thank you for joining us. Okay, so Charlie takes a deep breath and walks towards the weapon's core. The closer he gets, the more his internal systems begin to overheat. But he pushes on, determined to complete his mission. Suddenly, a voice booms out from the weapon. You cannot destroy me, cyborg. I am too powerful. Charlie knows he must act fast. He begins to input codes into his systems, preparing for the self-destruct sequence.
I was designed to destroy weapons like you, and I will not fail.
The weapon begins to shake and hum, as if it knows what's coming. You are a machine. You cannot make decisions for yourself. Charlie ignores the taunting voice and continues the sequence. The weapon's core starts to pulse, a sign that it's about to self-destruct.
It's now or never.
That's awesome. How did that feel?
It was nice. I was actually just trying to imagine how the cyborg would feel. Not gonna, because
Yes.
it's like all in, as and like from what I've seen from most people, but like I'm trying not to do a character. I'm trying to do the character and
Yes.
what he sees, what he was supposed to feel at the moment. Because like, yeah,
Fantastic. No, I hear that. No, I can tell that you're already in character, and the fact that you have this, you have this quivering in your voice, that shows that you really are internalizing the situation. That is not a beginner skill, I would say. Awesome. Awesome. Have you had any acting training in the past?
no, the best I've come to having an acting training is like when my high school teachers would like, oh yeah, you go ahead and group up and you go act out the
Yeah.
situation and stuff, and role play in high schools, right, where like
Tama,
your
yes.
classmates make you try to laugh in front of you,
Yes,
in front
yes,
of the whole
yes, yes.
class. Like you're all having fun, it's all good in games, but like people get dramatic because like most of the shows at the time that were famous was like, why did you sleep with my wife, and like
Right.
all the good Filipino dramas.
Yeah,
And,
Filipino
like,
shows,
yeah.
telenovelas. Yeah, yeah. Exactly. Galing. Very nice. Well, what was once a role play is now something that you can turn into a career. Okay, well, let's do this one more time. Let's skip the narration. Nah, you be Charlie, I'll be the voice. Let's go.
Bet.
Okay.
It's time to do what I was built for.
You cannot destroy me, cyborg. I am too powerful.
I was designed to destroy weapons like you, and I will not fail.
You are a machine. You cannot make decisions for yourself.
It's it's now or never.
Very nice. Okay. So let's change that up a bit. The it's now or never. Let's turn that into an exclamation point. So it's going to be, very dramatic, like
Mhm.
beep, bam,
Oh,
So it's
like it's about to explode at the moment.
about to explode. Let's turn it
Okay.
into that. Okay?
Okay.
Well, one more time.
It's time to do what I was built for.
You cannot destroy me, cyborg. I am too powerful.
I was designed to destroy weapons like you, and I will not fail.
You are a machine. You cannot make decisions for yourself.
It's now or never.
Nice. It's so hard to give feedback. Your delivery is clean. This is awesome. Uh
I love the tone of your voice. It's
yes.
perfect for this kind of character.
It is.
Kind
It
of like
is.
androgynous, but also
Yes,
kind of
yes,
ethereal.
exactly.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Well, that's awesome, Charlie. Are you looking to do voiceovers full time or part time?
I actually want to do it full time because, like, I heard that
Wow.
you can work from home, and like,
Yes.
I just want to be able to cook for my queen. Not gonna lie, help her de-stress because, like, I know
Oh,
she's gonna be
That's
having a hard
awesome.
time working, like doing call centers and stuff, and I just want to do what I can to
yeah.
support.
No, that's awesome.
Love
And
that.
voiceover, if you do it right, with the acting skill, business acumen, and technical skill combined, you would really be able to make a good lifestyle out of this.
Hmm.
Yeah.
True that.
Find more time with family, more flexibility in your life. Maybe, go on a trip to Hawaii, Japan, wherever you want to go.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And work
Uh,
from there too.
and work from there too. Yeah, I haven't done that yet, but goals. Yeah.
Oh
Very
yeah.
nice. Okay, Charlie, thank you so much. I just want to say I want to leave it with you have great acting chops ngayon pa lang. Your diction is clean. You understand thought units, and character seems to be one of your strengths. We haven't heard your commercial samples yet, but that's something for you to explore. But now you have a strong character base, so when you
Hmm.
see like character related auditions, I highly suggest you go for it. One path for growth that I can suggest right now, although I haven't heard your full range, I would suggest
Hmm.
that you explore the different character archetypes and voices that you can come up with.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, Charlie.
Yay!
Great job, Charlie.
Thanks for joining us.
No problem. Thank you for the opportunity, and yeah.
Yes. Take care.
Bye.
Yeah. Uh,
Amazing.
amazing. Yeah.
Amazing.
Incredible. Yeah, we should do that again
Wow.
sometime. Yeah.
That was a great idea to do this.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I guess, guys, you got to see a snippet of how it is to have coaching, specifically with Dave. And it's the same also with every other coach that you'll find here at Voice Actors at Home. See how much insight and input and learnings that you get from them. So join na.
Join na. Sali na.
Sali
Is it
na.
that kind of read that I keep? Yeah, sali na. Yeah, it's not my niche, but yeah, I had to do some of those scripts as well. Yeah, Joelle, thank you for hosting this first episode.
Thank you
Yes.
for asking me to host. Great
Ah,
learnings too.
yes, great learnings for
Now I know how to
everybody.
use melon.
Woohoo!
But yeah,
All
guys,
right.
also don't forget Coach Irene's group coaching session this Saturday, 9 to 11 a.m. Please please
Yes.
click on the link or join that link, the URL below, to find out more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Coach Irene. Woohoo! All right.
So I guess before we end, do you have any parting words, Dave?
Yeah, just again, fall in love with the craft, know your purpose, and there really isn't more to add to that. And
Passion.
passion. Support yourself. Surround yourself with a support group. No, it really helps to
Oh,
have some
yes.
people who share goals with you, who are probably maybe a step further, just a step, not several steps, because I find that sometimes it can be intimidating. So it could be more, it could be less. But if you're able to be in a room with like long-term pros and still have the openness to learn from them without being intimidated, that is also awesome, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So
100%.
yeah, we're
So thank Are we wrapping up now?
yeah, I guess we're wrapping up.
Okay. So thanks so much, Dave, for spending your afternoon with us. Thank you, everyone who watched this podcast. Thank you so much for your support. We hope to do this again next week.
Yes,
And
next week.
yep, we'll post who our new guest is and who our host is as well. So if you guys have any questions already before then that we can tackle in our next podcast, feel free to just send us a message. What's happening to my voice?
A
You
vocal
can
rest.
comment here already. Yes, vocal rest. But otherwise, thank you again so much, and we'll see you next time. Bow-bow! Bye.
Bye.